It's another beautiful day here in the Bay Area as the Phillies and the San Francisco Giants will get together for Game 2 of this 3-game series. The Phils hope for a little offense against the Giants as they lost Game 1 last night at AT&T Park. But there's some good news. If you take a look at the Phillies' record after a loss, they're 17-6. On the road this year, 12-15. Not too shabby. They only have 3 back-to-back losses on the road this season. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. Last night, Nick Pivetta, who had pitched so well all season long, just really struggled with his command. But the Phillies tonight need Vince Velasquez to go deep into a ball game. Last time out against the Dodgers, he was excellent through 5. Ran into trouble in the 6th inning against the Giants earlier this year. He had trouble early, but then really settled in.
Yeah, it's still a cause for concern for the simple fact that he cannot go later into ball games. But I think he's going to start to learn from these recent starts. In May, he's been absolutely phenomenal. But early on, this is his last start against the Giants. Now, he gave up a couple runs early in the game, but came back and absolutely mowed down this Giants lineup. Look for more of the same today. I think he's starting to realize that, hey, I have a very good fastball. I don't want to get beat with my other pitches. That doesn't mean he can't throw the other pitches because his curveball has come a long way, but his fastball is his dominant pitch.
All right, so one pitch that he's kind of discarded since the 1st of May, it's been that changeup. He's increased the use of the slider. He's increased the use of the curveball, as we see here against the Giants, and it's been much more effective, particularly against right-handed hitters. So the first 6 starts of the year, 1-4 with a 5.70 ERA. The last 5 starts, which constitutes the month of May, 3-1 with a 2.30 ERA. The walks are down. The home runs per 9 inning are down as well. Hopefully the Phillies can get him to go deep into tonight's ball game against the San Francisco Giants. So it is Game 2 of this 3-game series. Andrew Suarez on the hill for the Giants. He'll make his 8th start. Lineups at first pitch when we get back to San Francisco. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. By Toyota. The summer starts here at Toyota. Let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. Hernandez is digging in to the right side of the batter's box. Game 2 is just about ready to get set to get underway here in San Francisco. I am not sure what they're waiting for. The second base umpire, Gabe Morales, has a stopwatch, and that may be it. They may wait until it gets to 7:05 officially. They're about 15 seconds away from officially getting to 7:05 out here in San Francisco. And the first pitch of the night is a fastball, and we're underway, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes to Cesar. Officially, they say the first pitch was at 7:04, so they didn't get to the 05. Seconds count, Ben.
Yes, they do.
2 balls and no strikes. Cesar was 1 for 3 with a walk last night. And a foul ball, and it's 2-1. He's hit in 5 consecutive games. He's had a decent road trip. As you look at Andrew Suarez, the 25-year-old from Miami. He's not a big guy. He's listed at 6 foot, probably a hair under that. Outside, 3-1. It'll be Cesar, Scott Kingery, and Odubel Herrera for the Phillies here at the top of the first. And 3-2. It's not an oddity that Cesar runs the count full 3-2. Even with the Phillies pitches per plate appearance coming down, as we mentioned, he still runs some deep counts. And he hits that one in the air to straightaway center field. Hernandez is going back into the sunshine. He'll make the catch right on the edge of the warning track. The rest of the Phillies lineup brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet service according to speedtest.net. Well, from a change standpoint, Aaron Altherr is batting cleanup tonight for the Phillies. And then Jorge Alfaro is back in the lineup batting 8th ahead of Vince Velasquez. And there are the numbers on Suarez. He has not really been that effective. The opposition hitting .296 against him, which is a high batting average against, Ben.
It sure is. And over the last 4 starts, an 8.05 ERA.
Here's Scott Kingery. And Kingery takes strike 1.
It's at about 92 with that fastball change curve cutter, predominantly fastball cutter. And as I said, last 4 starts have not gone well for Suarez.
Ground ball over to third base. Longoria is up with it. And in time. And there are 2 outs. Probably not the kind of pitch that you want to pull if you're Scott Kingery.
No. That was a changeup there at 86. Change you only throw about 10% of the time.
That brings Odubel up. Odubel was 1 for 4 last night. He had some great at-bats in yesterday's game, though, despite the fact that the Phillies struggled so much to get some runs or even some hits. Phillies were held to 6 hits in last night's game. And of those 6 hits, Odubel had the only extra base hit. He takes a strike. It's 0-1. And Gabe Kapler said today, and you asked him, Ben, about Odubel stepping out on pitches like that. He said, I think it's all about his rhythm. And if he doesn't feel like there's a rhythm, he does kind of give up on the pitch. 0-2.
That was the cutter there. And the reason I asked him, because we've seen him start to do this more and more, like he did on that first pitch. Even if you're not going to do your exaggerated leg kick, just to see where his release point is.
He went around, and Suarez with an easy first inning retires the Phillies 1-2-3. So on to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies 0 and the Giants coming up for the first time. by Xfinity, fastest internet provider according to speedtest.net. Brandon Crawford moves up to the number 2 spot. 3-time Gold Glove winner. Joe Panik leads things off. Panik had a big night last night, and he'll start things off for the Giants here this evening. 2 for 3 with a run scored, a couple of walks and an RBI. Had a first pitch by Velasquez, and it's 0-1. Vince's numbers 4 and 5, an ERA of 4.08. A lot of strikeouts. No balls and 2 strikes.
He'll sit about 94 with that fastball. Secondary pitch is that curveball. It's been really good lately. Very sharp. The month of May, he's been outstanding. Just needs to go a little bit deeper into some ball games.
Off the glove of Alfaro. That may have hit a, I don't know if it hit his thumb bend or if it hit his pinky on that catcher's mitt. Whatever it did, it was painful.
It's his thumb.
Was it his thumb?
Yeah.
Ground ball to first base, and Carlos has it. Got caught in the mud. Man, they really wet this infield down. 3 unassisted.
I did notice the grass, the infield grass, looked a little shorter today.
Think they chopped it up?
After last night.
Well, there was so much water on the infield dirt. The players talked about it earlier today, how they probably wet this one down more than any other field in baseball.
I know when I played here, it really impeded my ability to steal bases.
I would imagine it did. Crawford takes low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Just couldn't get that first step in that wet dirt.
Probably slowed you a little bit behind the plate too, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
One ball and 1 strike. Pretty good location against these left-handers on those first few fastballs.
Yeah.
Off the front of the Phillies dugout, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I believe that was the changeup there. Split grip changeup.
Didn't come back, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. It almost came all the way back. Now, whether Jerry Meals would have called it a strike because of height, I don't know. Swing and a miss. 96 on that heater. 2 outs.
See, that's why Vince Velasquez, take a look at Jerry Meals and the arbiters for tonight. Jerry is the crew chief, but that's exactly why he doesn't need to be that perfect. He completely misses a spot, but when you're blessed with an arm like Vince has, you don't always have to just be that perfect. You can miss your spot from time to time and get away with it. That ball is exploding out of his hand.
Andrew McCutchen now the hitter. And he takes strike 1, 0-1. McCutchen 1 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. He did have a triple, a misplayed triple out in left center field. Just a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, but close.
I was talking with Chris Young today about that play last night, and he said the reason it gave Odubel and Nick Williams, so much, gave him a fit out there is because very seldom will Andrew McCutchen hit a ball to the left side anymore in the air. Predominantly to the right side. You can see how it shifted in the outfield.
Kingery's got to hurry for this one from the infield. Grass throws him out. That is a heck of a play. And the side is retired. Nothing across for the Giants. Pretty quick inning for Velasquez. We go to the second in a scoreless ball game. exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Philadelphia Phils are represented as part of this year's squad. Go to Phillies.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th live on Fox. The ball's at 1 strike to Altair, who did not play in last night's ball game. And he hits a little dribbler to the right of the mound. Suarez has it. 1-3 on the putout. Carlos Santana's coming up. Well, the Giants, Murph, presented with an awful lot of roster moves today, and even yesterday, but a lot of them today.
Yeah, they had to make a couple of changes by necessity, and a couple of guys coming back from injury as well. We saw last night Brandon Belt had to leave the game very early in the game. He had just one at bat. He was having some pain in his side. Turns out he was taken to the hospital, ended up having an appendectomy last night, so obviously he has been moved to the 10-day disabled list. Alex Hansen replaces him on the roster. Hunter Pence also back on the roster for the Giants. He has been 40 days with a thumb injury, and then he was tinkering with his swing as well, but he has been reinstated right before the game tonight. Took some batting practice today. They thought he was healthy enough, so he is back on the roster. Gregor Blanco has been designated for assignment to make room for Hunter Pence. There's some new faces on the roster tonight versus the Phils, guys.
Yeah, Alan Hansen is a guy that had a hamstring issue. Hit .298 with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs. There's Hunter. I watched his BP today. I don't know if you saw any of it, Ben.
Oh, I did.
He's working on that new stance. He looked okay. I mean, he looked like he was healthy.
Yeah.
I would believe he's in the lineup tomorrow. How about that, though? You know, during the game, they mentioned that Brandon Belt left the ball game because he was feeling queasy. And apparently it was bothering him before the ball game, but he said, I'm going to give it a go. And then he tweeted out a photo of himself in the hospital last night. So everybody thought he went because he was dehydrated. No, he was not dehydrated. A high bouncer over to third. Longoria will throw a 1-2 hopper over to first base to get Santana. Do you think he meant to do that? It looked like he did.
I think he grabbed the ball and felt the ball and said, I can't throw this, because it was so wet. I mean, we talked about how much water they put in front of home plate.
Yeah, that could be it.
I think he grabbed and said, there's no way I can throw this.
Here's Franco, who takes low. 1 ball and no strikes.
No, I asked our fearless sideline reporter Greg Murphy, because he had his appendix out as well.
He had everything taken.
Yes,
out.
he has. But he said now they can just go. I said, don't they have to cut you and go in and get it? He said, no, they can scope it now. Isn't that correct, Greg Murphy?
That is absolutely correct. They can scope. I think they've been able to scope the appendix for a while now.
Did you get yours scoped?
I did.
Really? And when did you have yours done?
I don't know. Within the last 10 years,
really
8 years ago,
questions.
7 years ago, something like that. I don't remember. I've had a couple surgeries.
But do you think, I mean, how long do you think you could have gotten back to maybe, say, playing baseball after you had it done? You remember?
Tom.
No,
I'm going to violate all the HIPAA laws and tell you all about all about my surgery. Now, you know what? Probably about 2 weeks, I would think.
Gotcha.
Franco swinging at the 3-0 pitch.
Just say if he's on the 10-day DL, will it take longer to come back?
I was only laughing because of the hard-hitting journalism that was going on.
Thanks,
here
Greg
in the
Murphy.
top of the second. We go on to the bottom of the second here in San Francisco. crowd tonight. In fact, earlier today, the city of San Francisco named a street after Tony Bennett, the world-renowned singer who is still singing, which is incredible at 91 years old. His hit song, I Left My Heart in San Francisco, came out in 1961. As we begin the bottom of the second, and Velasquez delivers a strike. Longoria so far is hitting .262 with 10 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Fouls it off to the right. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Phillies play Longoria to pull the baseball. And he hits it again the opposite way. That ball was sizzling into the crowd. Changeup and a strike 3 call. Woo, that's a good pitch. Is that a slider or a changeup?
That was a slider there. And a good pitch. If he was going to miss with this, he was going to miss off the plate. Take a look at our pitch cast presented by PJ Wheelhands.
Beautiful break to it.
Excellent. But if he was going to miss, it was going to be a ball. He wasn't going to hang it. He was going to put it in a spot where Longoria could not do anything with it.
That is the pitch, though, that Rick Kranitz wants Velasquez to go to. I mean, in situations like that, but also if he has a right-hander up and he's in trouble, just go to it, because they only have a couple of hits against the slider this year.
Well, he's been so good against the righties. 192 batting average against lefties, 295.
1 ball and 1 strike. Sandoval playing first base tonight. In fact, with the injury or the surgery for Brandon Belt, Bruce Bochy did say today that Sandoval would get a lot of the time over at first base, but he was going to play Buster Posey a little bit more over at first base. 2-1 pitch to Sandoval. Outside, 3-1. Toward right center field. That's going to split the gap and go to the wall. Altero will play it off the wall, and Sandoval will head to second base with a 1-out double. First hit for either team.
Put yourself in a good hitter's count. That's what Sandoval does here. He laces this ball to right center. 3-1 count. It's on time. Saw him struggle last night with some off-speed pitches, but 3-1, he knows what he's going to get.
Scoring position now for Mac Williamson. Williamson last night was 0 for 3. Hitting .273 overall. Popped him up on the right side. Carlos Santana is over and can't get there. It's tough with that area just outside the Phillies dugout. He looked at it a couple times.
I don't think the bald dude, Rob McClurg, gave him much of a chance down there.
Yeah, Rob needed to bail out a little bit.
Retired teacher of 38 years. Lives in Carmel, California. A little better effort there, Rob.
Rob wanted some of the action, Ben. He's out there. He wants to get some of the action. Swing and a miss. 1-2. You know, you have something in common with Rob, by the way.
What's that?
You're both former catchers.
Oh.
So is that how you would go after a fly ball in foul territory if you were 65 years old?
Well, I don't know if I'd be down there, to be honest with you.
Swing and a miss. 96 again. 3 strikeouts for Velasquez. And there are 2 outs. Make sure your weekends are filled with Phillies action with the NBC Sports app. Just fire up the app, select your provider, enter your login info, and pick the game you want to watch. Catch the Phils on the move with the NBC Sports app. Here's Hernandez. 1 for 4 with an RBI in yesterday's game. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Got a pretty good fastball going so far tonight here, Ben.
Yes, he does. Just really gets on these hitters.
Now he's behind 2-1. Thought he might come back with another fastball. Although we can't really argue with it because his breaking stuff against righties has been really good.
Yes.
How about that bounce off the mound? It was like a pop-up once it hit the mounds. 4-3 on the putout, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We've completed our first 2 innings. Nick Williams will lead it off when we come back in the 3rd. Time now for the Ram Truck Stuff the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com, go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Ben, here's the question. Who has played the most games in the majors since 2013?
Wow.
Answer will be revealed a little later on. A little late for Glenn and Lil Joe back in the East.
I'm sure they're watching.
Your buddy Danny, who's your West Coast connection, is here tonight, so he can't help you. Nick Williams will lead it off. Williams hitting .241 with 6 home runs. Since the 1st of May, Nick is hitting .290. And obviously with Reese's injury, he's getting more playing time. Everything he's hitting hard. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nick in his career, you wonder why he's in there against Suarez today? He's actually got a higher career batting average against lefties at .284 than he does against righties at .272.
I think it'd be interesting to go back and see how he attacks those lefties. There's a grounder softly, and it goes even softer once it hits the grass. How he attacks those lefties, if he does so early in counts or not. You know, thinking that he's getting a fastball. 1 out for Jorge Alfaro. Alfaro at .265 with 4 home runs. Hits that one the opposite way down the right field line. That'll be into the seats. 0-1. It's had a nice road trip though offensively. He is 7 for 14 offensively.
I like the fact that he's starting to make some adjustments to the fastball. You know, we saw earlier in the season he was getting beat by some heaters.
Out to right center field. That one's going out to Triple's alley, and it is a 1-hop off the wall. Alfaro's on his way to second. Now he's going to turn on the Jets and head to third, and he will get there sliding. Jorge Alfaro with his first triple. There, the Phils have a runner 90 feet away. It's their first hit of the night.
Triple, corre, corre, corre. Wow, Jorge. Picking them up and putting them down. I said last night, I want to see Cesar hit one in Triple's alley. Very rarely we say, I want to see the catcher hit one in Triple's alley. He was moving. Big boy roll.
Well, his first major league triple comes here at AT&T Park.
See, that wet track didn't seem to slow him up as much as it slowed me up.
Every catcher's different, Ben. 0-1 to Velasquez. Velasquez, .333 hitter. He has 6 hits and 18 at bats. McCunley blocks it around the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bouncer up the third base side. Longoria charges, has it, and throws out Velasquez. 2 outs. Runner still at third. And Cesar's coming up. Celebrate the 90s all weekend long when the Milwaukee Brewers come to town, beginning Friday, June 8th at 7:05. That's 1990s Retro Night. On Sunday the 10th, it's 1993 Phil's 25th anniversary salute. It's also Chevrolet Father's Appreciation Day, the John Kruk batting practice pullover being given out. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Cesar flying out to center his first time. .379 on base percentage for Cesar, which is tops among National League second basemen. We were talking about the All-Star team and you know who would represent the Phillies. We know that the pitchers that will most likely represent the Phils, at least right now, would be Aaron Nola and Jake Arrieta. Odubel's got a chance position player wise. Cesar has a chance because of his category leadership among second basemen. Three and one. Let's face it, if Seranthony Dominguez continues to do what he has done, and Gabe talked about that today, he may be given an opportunity to be on the All-Star team.
Yes, he might.
The fact that he can go 2 innings at a time. Cesar out to right center field. On the run is McCutchen. Still on the run. He makes the catch. What a play. He just robbed the Phils of taking the lead here at the top of the 3rd inning.
Cesar has about 825 feet worth of outs tonight. Man, I thought that ball was going to get down for sure. Andrew McCutchen getting a little older, but he can still go get him. We're heading to the bottom of the 3rd.
Play of the game. Well, you just saw it. It's Andrew McCutchen, who's the right fielder now for the Giants. He went a long way, Ben, to corral that one.
He sure did, and like I said, he's getting a little up there in age, but he's still able to go get him. That was an unbelievable play. The route he took was very efficient, very direct to the baseball.
Caught it in the palm of his glove.
Yeah, that's going to make Andrew Suarez very happy.
McCutchen, who won a Gold Glove as a center fielder back in 2012. Playing right field now for the Giants.
Now he's our Hyundai Defensive Player of the Game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Bruce Bochy gave a little enlightenment about what his outfield was going to look like when Pence comes back. He said Williamson was going to remain in left field, and Hernandez was going to remain in center field, and McCutchen would be in right, and Pence would be the 4th outfielder. Said he sat down and talked to Hunter about it. Nick Hundley will lead it off here in the bottom of the 3rd. Scoreless game. Got our first hum babe. Line drive base hit for Hundley in the center field. Odubel cuts it off, and Hundley, he's going to put the brakes on around first. I think he's a little surprised that Odubel cut it off, to be honest.
Excellent play there by Odubel.
Sure was.
mean, this is a really, really good play. The ball's hit so sharply, and that's a direct route there, but he fires one into second base.
I saw one of the stat services today had Odubel listed as one of the top 5 in defensive, I guess it's technically routes, but defensive stops from when the play begins and the play ends. There's Suarez to bunt, and he bunts it foul, and it's 0-1. Taking a look down at Ron Wotus in the third base coach's box. And he bunts it foul. He's down on strikes. 4th strikeout for Velasquez. And that'll bring Joe Panik up with 1 gone here in the 3rd. And he provides us with our Geico quote of the day. Paul got a piece of Jorge. On his return last night, when you're out for 4.5 weeks, when you come back, you're a little excited. Sometimes you feel a little anxious. And that walk in the 1st inning really kind of settled everything down and got me into the flow of the game. He was in the flow all right. On base 4 times. Fly ball center field. That's pretty well hit. But Odubel is there, and he makes the catch. Hundley, who was at second base, now sprints back to first. 2 outs. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery's new scratch-off $300,000 nest egg. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly and buy your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Scott Kingery throws out Crawford. 6-3 on the putout. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Well, we got a little pitcher's duel going for the first 3rd. We'll head to the 4th. by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans. They just showed Tony Bennett here, and the crowd was a lot of the crowd were holding up Tony Bennett Way signs. Yeah, that's what the round of applause is for here in San Francisco. There are the signs, at least one of them. Another beautiful day out here in the Bay. It's turned into a gorgeous night. You can see Oakland out across the bay. Scott Kingery will lead it off. Kingery grounded out his first time up. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Kingery is 5 for 20 on this road trip. Changeup 1-1. Gabe said today that when J.P. Crawford comes back, Scott will start to float around again on the infield. He said J.P. would get most of the duties at shortstop. J.P. had a good day yesterday. Will play back-to-back 9-inning games. Grounder over to third. Back-to-back 9-inning games down in Clearwater over the next several days, and then eventually go to Lehigh Valley to continue his rehab. Apparently his arm is strong. He feels healthy. You think about it. We talked about how there were times where his play at shortstop wasn't up to what it normally is or has been in past years, and you wonder if the arm had that much to do with it.
Yeah.
The fact that it was hampering him. Odubel struck out his first time. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Odubel last night was 1 for 4, hit the ball hard a couple times, picked up a double, hit a ball foul into the water, which shouldn't be too much of a shock there, Murph, the way he has performed against the Giants.
You know, when Odubel Herrera gets to just about any ballpark, he normally arrives with a smile on his face, and it stays there throughout the entire time. But against the San Francisco Giants, whether it be home or away, he probably has a little bit more of a smile. It is the subject of our Nissan upgrade. He bats .412 career coming into tonight's game, .412 against the Giants. And look at his OPS against the Giants, top 10 in history. In 51 at-bats coming into tonight, he has an OPS of 1.377. That is top 10 against one player against any other years in baseball. You also see Rhys Hoskins on that list against the Marlins. So Odubel Herrera enjoying great success against the San Francisco Giants and hoping that it continues along in this series, guys.
Yeah, some random names that are on that list. I mean, some big ones. Obviously, Jim Thome's a big one, but some random names on that list, and their success rate inside 3-2. It is interesting, though, how some players have certain success against specific teams.
And baseball is a game of confidence. I mean, let's face it. And if you feel that good in the box against somebody or some team, it's going to keep snowballing.
That's 8 ground outs so far for Suarez. Speaking of gaining confidence as the game goes on, here's Aaron Altair. Suarez has kept the Phillies somewhat off balance except for the Alfaro ball and the Cesar at bats.
I always hit well against the Giants. I actually just looked my stats up.
I was going to ask you who your best team was.
I hit .294 career against the Giants. Interesting.
You wouldn't have thought that, or you would have?
I thought I hit him well. I didn't think I hit him .294 well.
Is that the highest?
It is not.
Oh. Tell us more.
Orioles
boast about yourself, Ben Davis.
Orioles, well, the Braves I hit 333. Orioles 405.
Wow. How many at-bats against the Orioles?
Against the Orioles, I had 11 games, 39 plate appearances, 37 at-bats.
How many home runs?
0 home runs.
That's okay, though, Ben. You're getting on base. You're helping your team win a game.
Yeah, but I didn't. That's interesting.
Closer to home, comforts of home, family
Maybe.
coming down to see you.
Maybe. But I always did very well against the Giants. But it's that mindset. You know, every time we saw we're going to face San Francisco, I was like, okay. But that's probably the way Odubel feels.
And you do remember it, too.
You do remember it. It's like pitchers. They remember who got them and if they got a hitter.
In the dirt, 2-2.
I can't tell you how many times they're talking about a player or something and pitcher would say, yeah, he got me on this or that pitch. It was a 1-2 count. And conversely, they say, oh, I punched his ticket numerous times. You know, it goes both ways.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 for Suarez in a 1-2-3-4th inning. So he's retired the side in order in 3 of the first 4. Vince Velasquez back to work in a scoreless game. Local Chevrolet dealers. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Members of the Phillies bullpen in the dugout. Scott Sheridan, Phillies athletic trainer. Chris Mudd as well. There used to be that little house that was down the right field line that guys could sit in. Girardelli's ice cream, Ben. I know you don't like sweets, but you like ice cream.
I do from time to time. You know, the only place I eat ice cream is at our ballpark.
Really?
It's the only place I eat it.
Turkey Hill, baby. Oh, it's like we're parachuting in. 64 degrees. 55% relative humidity. I don't know if that's right or not, if it's supposed to be relative humidity or humidity. McCutcheon, first time up, grounded out to shortstop, and a nice play by Kingery, who came charging in. Breaking ball out toward right. Altair glides under it, tells Odubel he has it. And they get the leadoff batter here. And it brings Evan Longoria to the plate. Longoria went down looking his first time up on a nice slider from Velasquez. Ooh, good pitch. Oh, with the slider again. He's only thrown 3 sliders in this ball game, and 2 of them have gone to Longoria. Curveball hit foul, and it's 0-2. Actually, that's popped up as a slider. That looked like a curveball.
It did look like it had a little more depth to it.
That's a fastball. He went upstairs. 95, strikeout number 5.
Got him 0-2 his first at bat. Gets him again 0-2. That's perfect level. You go up any higher than this, it's just not going to look appetizing. That is exactly where Jorge's mitt was.
How much does it say, though, that he was able to get him with the slider ahead, 2 strikes last time, and now a fastball?
It's only going to get in Longoria's head even more.
Sandoval doubled his first time, and he takes a strike, 0-1. For the season, 56% fastballs. Well, I should say 4 seamers. He's thrown a few 2-seamers during the year. Tied him up. That's a 4-seamer, 0-2. Actually, he's thrown more 2-seamers tonight than he has in recent starts.
Yeah, it's been good. Saw the first 2 batters of the game with Panic and Crawford. You're going to see it again here. So Jorge won it. Go to the hook.
0-2 pitch. And that's a slider low, 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got it with a high slider. 6 strikeouts for Velasquez, and he sets the Giants down in order here in the 4th inning. He has retired 6 straight. Got a lot of this going on tonight for Vince Velasquez. We'll go to the 5th inning. No score. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, Carlos Santana leads things off. And Carlos takes outside 1-0. Well, the last couple of days, I think every area is a sunny area. One ball and one strike. One and two. Talked to Gabe today or yesterday about the aggressiveness of Carlos Santana. And I said, does that mean he's feeling good at the plate? Because he has been swinging a little earlier in counts. He said, well, I think he's actually still feeling his way through some of these at-bats. So he's not necessarily feeling good, but he's just feeling for, let's say, that fastball to make himself feel better.
Right.
Because he feels like he can hit a fastball a little bit better than a breaking pitch.
He's getting a little anxious up there.
Up the third base line. Longoria tries to barehand, and that's the fourth hit in the last, I think, 10 days for Santana. Up the third base line, he'll take it. First time today, or second time today, the Phillies have had the leadoff hitter aboard. Actually, the first time they've had the leadoff hitter aboard. It's only their second hit.
It would have been bang bang at first if Longoria fields this cleanly. But he can't find the handle.
Maikel Franco, who grounded out his first time on a 3-0 pitch, breaks his bat, loops it to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And the Phils have back-to-back base runners on.
Oh, those two rockets. Useful.
All you got to do is shake your head if you're a pitcher with that. Look at his face. Look at Maikel's face. Business owners, whether your team is in corporate, education, or the medical field, HP's page-wide technology offers the best of cost of ownership in class. And your dedicated WB Mason driver will deliver your printer wherever you want. Nobody beats WB on HP. Williams grounded out his first time up. Interesting, Sandoval and Longoria are playing in on the corners. I mean, not way in, but they're in. Look at Franco after this.
Get down, ball.
He is funny. Bouncer to the right side. That might be two. There's one. Crawford's turn, not in time. Thank goodness for the speed of Nick Williams.
Not a whole lot of urgency by the middle infield there, was there, Tom?
Crawford was a little slow.
It was almost like he said, I'm going to be slower with my feet and make it. He's got a very good arm. But he said, I'll be slower with my feet and I'll put more on it. That just enabled Nick Williams to get down the line more.
Giants are taking a look at it. And now Bruce Bochy signals to the home plate umpire Jerry Meals that we can play on.
Second time tonight, the Phillies will have a runner at third with less than 2 outs.
Yeah, nice fly ball would help here.
Take another triple.
If you want to get greedy, you can.
When it comes to hits, I'm going to be a little greedy. It's been a struggle for the Phillies offensively recently.
Well, Jorge's due. Fouls that one off his foot. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Suarez. And there are 2 outs. And they'll bring Velasquez up.
That ball hits in front of the plate.
He was in swing mode from the get-go, huh?
Jorge was just ready for that fastball in, cutter in.
Yeah.
Hoping that, and that's what Suarez wanted there. He wanted something hard on the ground. Turn 2 with.
In the dirt, Hundley blocks it. And it's 1-2. And a strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts from Suarez, and the Phils leave a couple, including 1 at third for the 2nd time of this game. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Giants nothing, Phillies nothing. Defeated Richmond 5-4. Clearwater defeated Florida 10-6. Austin Listy 3 for 3, a home run, 4 RBIs. And Lakewood defeated Hickory 7-0. Damon Jones. Lakewood pitching staff, the starting staff is pretty darn good. Here, both starters have been very good. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning in a scoreless game. Velasquez will face Mac Williamson, Yorkis Hernandez, and Nick Hundley. Velasquez has struck out 6 so far. He had 12 his last game against the Giants. Both these guys are throwing strikes.
They are.
That is the 11th swinging strike for Velasquez tonight. It's a good number. He has more swinging strikes than called strikes. And he gets another strikeout. 7 strikeouts for Velasquez. Every time a Phillies pitcher throws a pitch of 95 miles per hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Well, we had some of those out of here cheesesteaks. We had them before the ball game tonight. They were excellent. I want to thank the Giants for including us in the taste test. There were cheesesteaks and there were chicken cheesesteaks. Hot shot foul down the third base line.
We always appreciate free food.
Oh yeah, these were good. Maria Jacinto, who is the senior director of baseball broadcast communications media operations, was the one who set it up for us. Met one of the chefs from here at AT&T Park. They've revamped their menu at this ballpark, and I think we've told people, you know, we love our yard, obviously. In fact, we think it's the best in the league, and it is. This one is our favorite, I think, new ballpark to go to. You know, it's tough to compare AT&T Park to Fenway or Wrigley.
Right.
I mean, I think we both admire both of those facilities. They're 2 of my favorites. But we always say that this is our favorite place to come to ballparks other than our own.
The setting is beautiful.
It's got gorgeous. Everything. And plus we're a little selfish, but our vantage point where we are is just dramatically better than most road ballparks.
Yeah. Not a bad view, huh?
Not at all. That's where we are. I mean, look where the press are. The press are below us. Swing and a miss. Hernandez. Strikeout victim number 8 for Velasquez. He has retired 4 straight.
Well, what's good at
strikeouts?
What's good about these strikeouts? I mean, everyone likes strikeouts. But what's good about it is the fact that A, he's getting ahead, which is you always like your starting any pitcher to do. But he's putting them away. He's not, you know, trying to nibble here, nibble there. Next thing you know, you look up, it's 3-2. It's 1-2, and then it's bye-bye. Beat it.
Yeah, I mean, look at his pitch count. 55 pitches, and he has 8 strikeouts.
Right.
Hundley singled his first time up. That was back in the 3rd. Average pitch velocity for Velasquez tonight is just a hair under 95. He's maxed out at 96.2 with his velocity. And through the hole, a base hit for Hundley. Not a bad backup catcher, huh?
No, he's not. And that's why it's going to give Bruce Bochy a little bit of latitude to play Buster Posey a little bit more at first base with Belt's absence.
That may have been the first pitch that he's overthrown. But he's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Suarez. I think that's the first ball that Suarez has put a bat on.
Smile here by Vince.
That's pretty close. P.J. Willihan's pitch cast. I mean, he missed a spot, and that's probably why, but that's right there. That's a strike 3 called. He was just waiting to set him up with a breaking ball. 9 strikeouts for Velasquez as he gets Suarez looking. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We'll go to the 6th in a scoreless game. The mound each night has done so with a purpose, while the staff sits among the ERA leaders in the National League. Against right-handers, the squad has allowed the fewest walks, home runs, and extra base hits in all of baseball. 17 pitchers in the league have held righties to under 200 averages. 4 of them wear the Phillies P. And their success is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Jim Salisbury is eating some imaginary food right now, Ben. I'm not really sure what's going on. He and Matt Gelb are discussing something that's making Jimmy laugh.
Todd
Zalecki's there. The 4 that are on the road right now are Matt Gelb from The Athletic, Matt Breen from Philly.com, Todd Zalecki from Phillies.com, or MLB.com, and Jimmy, of course, is with us. Jimmy and Ben got together for an At the Yard podcast.
Yeah, we did.
This past week.
On the CSN website. NBC Sports Philadelphia website. Well, coming into this inning right here, Vince Velasquez has thrown 63 pitches, 46 for strikes. Suarez, 66 pitches, 43 for strikes. I mean, that you couldn't find more similar line than that.
Right, but the difference is Velasquez has 9 strikeouts.
Right.
Suarez has 9 ground ball outs. That's where, I mean, they're just doing it differently.
Right.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Cesar.
Both have given up 3 hits.
Swing and a miss, he got him. Cesar strikes out. That's 5 strikeouts. The Yankees are coming to Philadelphia beginning Monday, June 25th at 7:05. It's 3 night games. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets.
The 4 horsemen. There they are.
That's a good way of putting it. That's what I should have said. The 4 horsemen. Jim is the patriarch of the Four Horsemen. Kingery is 0 for 2. And it's 0-1. That's a good group, though.
They're awesome.
It really is. It's a good group. And they're actually very funny together. They were talking today about the restaurants that they were going to. And Gabe was talking about some restaurants that he has visited. He was talking about an Ethiopian restaurant, and he told Jimmy, he said, you shouldn't go there. Jimmy said, why? I like hummus.
Jimmy's really branching out, isn't he? What was it? What is that grilled cheese he had? Jalapenos and what?
It was grilled cheese. That's what started the conversation.
Right.
It was grilled cheese, jalapenos, and pear. I think it was pear.
Cucumber? Was
Or, no, I think it was pear.
was it pear?
It was some kind of thing that Jimmy would not. No, you know what? It may have been cucumber because he referenced his garden.
Yeah.
That's right. It was cucumber. Although the pear sounds pretty good. Means 1 and 2.
But that was, for Jim, that was really, really branching out. Not that I'm one to speak.
Yeah. Nice to see he got the arm on his glasses fixed.
That's right.
Oh boy. Odubel waits on deck. Out to shortstop, easy hop for Crawford.
10 ground balls.
And 2 outs. Phils fans, this is your chance to be a VIP at our next Authentic Fan Night. Grab the Authentic Fan ticket package now to get an exclusive hat and a chance to upgrade to seats right behind home plate. The surprises don't stop there, so grab your tickets now for the June 19th game at the ballpark. Troutman's here, Ben.
Troutman.
Ball due down the third base line, tracking that one down. That is Conrad Zanato, 75-year-old from San Jose. Born in Italy. Moved to Venezuela when he was 5 years old, and then immigrated to the States in 1955. Out to shallow center field, Hernandez makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Phillies go down in order. Conrad is working the crowd. strikeouts through 5 innings. Really good fastball tonight, Ben.
And he's been dynamic, and also has Andrew Suarez. And both these guys, they're not missing over the middle of the plate. They're getting ahead. They're staying ahead. Obviously, Suarez with a few more ground balls than Vince, but they've both been really good.
Rob McClurg is the ball dude down there. He's in front of our buddy Jason, whose beard looks like it's gotten it's not any longer than it was last year.
No, it's got more of a shape to it this year.
It does.
More of a point.
First pitch to Joe Paddock is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Paddock has grounded out and he's flied out to deep center. 1-1. All right, so this is the spot, Ben, where Vince got into a little bit of trouble in the Dodger series. Phillies had a 4-0 lead. He had not allowed a hit the first 5. And then Puig singled. Odubel's on the run and he can't get there. It's off the wall. And Paddock is hustling to second base and he'll get there standing.
Oh, Odubel had a beat on this.
I did too.
Ball was scorched, no doubt. Look at the overhead view here.
Yeah, it was over his head.
Just over his head.
So Paddock's in scoring position for Crawford. Crawford is struck out. He's also grounded out. So in the inning against the Dodgers where he ran into trouble, Velasquez took a turn away from the game plan that made him so successful. Now let's see if he takes the turn here, because obviously his fastball has been, his lifeline in this ball game against the Giants.
I like to stay hard outside just so won't give Crawford an opportunity to pull the baseball on the ground to advance back to third base with less than 2 outs.
Now you do have the shortstop side wide open, but if he throws it hard outside, he may not be able to get the bat to control it that way.
And there's a reason the shift is on. They have the numbers to back it up.
Yep.
80% of the time he's going to hit it on the right side of the diamond on the ground.
2-2. Down low, 3-2. First 3-ball, 2-strike count for Velasquez tonight.
Here it is, hit it.
Well, the way his fastball's been moving tonight, it's not a bad idea. first 3-ball 2-strike count has brought Vince Velasquez in a scoreless game into a tough part of this ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Facing Crawford. Back toward the middle. That'll get the runner over to third base, but the out was recorded. 6-3 on the putout. Give credit to Crawford for getting his job done, at least part of it. I don't think he was giving himself up totally, but he still got the runner over to third base.
You get something slower here. I believe that was a curveball. He will do the job.
Phillies have the infield in with McCutchen up. He's 0 for 2. Got a fastball in there, 0-1. Bouncer softly to short. Runners coming home. Kingery is as well, and he is safe at home plate.
I thought he was indeed safe.
It looked like he slid to the backside of home plate, and the tag was a little high. And the Giants take a 1-0 lead.
Plus the throw was high. Corey had to get up and get it, and Scotty Kingery didn't put a whole lot on it.
I think he felt like he was comfortable with getting him out at the plate. He took his time.
Going on contact here. He's safe.
They want him to look at it, so they will take a peek at it.
Does his foot actually touch
That's what I
the
wasn't
plate?
sure if it was up.
Yeah.
We see that a lot
If it was in the air.
when the runner bounces as he slides. I couldn't read Gabe's lips there. Well, they got the ground ball they wanted, and the fact that Kingery had a charge brought him to the plate.
Nice play by Scotty, getting to it, backhanding it. He just didn't put a whole lot on it to Jorge.
Let's take a look at our 4D replay. Is the glove on him? His foot, I don't know if his foot's on the plates. It's a great shot, by the way, the 4D technology. There may not be enough to overturn this.
But at this point in the ball game,
oh, you had to look at it.
Neither offense is really doing a whole lot.
I think you had to look at it. I thought it was beyond fine to take a peek at it, even if you're just not sure, and put it in the hands of the folks in New York. I mean, they're taking a while to look at it, so they're obviously slowing it down. They can do it frame by frame. But this is a pivotal part of this ball game. A scoreless game here in the bottom of the 6th. And here is the call. Mules from the right. And he is safe. So the Giants lead at 1-0. Here's the 40. Again, it's hard to tell whether he has him right there. See, yeah, he looks like he's got a piece of the plate. So it's a fielder's choice. An RBI, 1:35 in the call. And the Giants lead 1-0. You know, the other part of it, too, is that Jorge, because it was an infield play, could have taken away more of the plate on that throw.
Correct. Not giving him a lane to slide.
Yeah. Longoria takes high. All right, so it's only 1 run. I know the offense has been scuffling against Suarez and every other Giants pitcher in this series, but it's only 1 run. So you just manage this inning here, get the offense back up in the 7th.
That was the first ball that Velasquez has thrown Longoria tonight.
Inside, 2-0. And ball 4 to put runners on first and second. First walk issued by Velasquez. And Luis Garcia is heading out to the mound, out to the bullpen. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery. Nobody does it better. Hello, Ben Davis and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy here in San Francisco, where the Phillies trail at 1-0. And Rick Kranitz out to the mound to talk to Velasquez with runners on first and second. And Pablo Sandoval coming up. There you see Luis warming up in the pen.
Vince just 1 pitch away from getting out of this. The ball on the ground, turn 2. The boys back in there to swing it.
Outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Where if you're Vince Velasquez, you're back up against the wall, you find a way to get it done right here.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone in a lot of ways. You got the stuff, you've had it all night. There you go. This is a perfect double play ball. There's 1 and 2.
Oh boy.
Good job. Yep. 4-6-3 double play. The Giants do score a run on the ground out or the ground ball by McCutchen. It's 1-0 San Francisco as we go to the 7th. Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. The Giants just scored the game's only run in the bottom of the 6th inning on a ground ball by Andrew McCutchen. Suarez has been good. Velasquez has been good. He's got 9 strikeouts through 6. And now as we begin the 7th inning, Aaron Altair will lead it off. And Altair takes strike 1. It's 0-1. That one's hit out towards center field, and it's caught by Hernandez. Ball was not hit that sharply by Aaron. And 1 out. And it brings Carlos Santana to the plate. This is the longest that Suarez has gone since the his first outing in May. That was against the Padres when he went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. He has not had a scoreless outing yet this year. You know, they got Dyson warming up, but he's only at 80 pitches. But this is the middle of the 3rd time through the order. Ground ball toward 3rd, gobbled up by Longoria.
And these guys have been busy tonight, haven't they?
They have. 11 ground ball outs. Well, the first 2 nights, these are 2 names that you haven't really heard of for the San Francisco Giants. And Bruce Bochy, who is hoping in the next series to get Madison Bumgarner back there, Murph.
Yeah, it sounds like that's going to happen. He had his 2nd rehab start coming back from a hand injury, a broken pinky that he injured during spring training. He had a surgery and pins placed into his hand, but he had 2 rehab starts. And he said after his first rehab start that he thought he was ready to come back to San Francisco and pitch here in the big leagues. But the team said, no, we want you to pitch 1 more time down there in San Jose. So he did that 2 nights ago, and he went 4 2/3 innings, allowed just 2 hits and 1 run. But maybe the most important thing he did. Now remember, you know, Bumgarner's a 3-time World Series champ, a 4-time All-Star. He was a World Series MVP. But maybe the most important thing he has done down there in San Jose in the 5th inning, he was pitching to his last batter, and it was the designated beer batter of the game, which means if he strikes him out, then everybody in the ballpark gets a half-price adult beverage. Well, Bumgarner said after the game he reached back for a little bit more and struck him out because he wanted the crowd to go home happy that night. He struck out the beer batter, and all was good in San Jose. And he'll be back here in San Francisco soon.
Well, if you're the Giants, all is good tonight for Andrew Suarez, who has 12 ground ball outs. And he just retired the Phillies 1-2-3. It's time to stretch. Giants up 1-0. With McCutchen at the plate in the last inning.
Just a harmless chopper here to Scotty Kingery. Throw is just a little high, and Panic flat out beat it. That was your Toyota turning point. Not a whole lot going on in this one. Just 7 hits combined.
Yeah, the Giants got the leadoff hitter aboard with the double. That was Panic. And then he went to 3rd on a ground out, and then contacts. Vince Velasquez goes back out to begin the 7th. He's been good here tonight. He'll face Mac Williamson, who he has struck out twice. He's not throwing that first pitch strike as often. Garcia and Adam Morgan warming up. Fouled back into the crowd, and it looked like it just went into somebody's Sauvignon Blanc. Might have spilled a little of it. Another grounder foul, and it remains 1-2. Wonder if Suarez's night is done. Fly ball down the left field line. Williams on the run. It's going to be in foul territory and out of play. Bring the family to see the post-game Xfinity fireworks shows Friday, June 29th after the game against the Nationals. And then the next night, Ben, is the 6:05 start against the Nationals. Again, it's the best fireworks show in the city. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets. One and two. Williamson waits. And a bouncer towards shortstop. Kingery waits on it. And one out here in the 7th. Hernandez coming up. What do you think your old manager is going to do with Suarez? Do you think he's done for the night? Happy with 7 scoreless?
Yeah, I think he's done.
Tony Watson pitched a scoreless inning last night.
And I think he's done. I know Suarez is a lefty and has done very well tonight, but you have Williams leading off as a lefty, then Jorge, and most likely, well, it's going to be a lefty coming off the bench.
Right. Cousins has his bat. Velasquez with a diving play and then flips with his glove. And it's into foul territory. It'll be a base hit.
Shows the athleticism of Vince Velasquez. He had an amazing play in Los Angeles where he was ranging to his right. This one's ranging to his left.
He's the only one that could have made the play. Cesar was not going to get there in time. Can you imagine if that would have, if he would have gotten him at first base? Gabe Kapler going out to the mound. He has not yet signaled to the pen, and now he has.
Man.
90 pitches for Velasquez, a pitching change with one out here in the 7th. We'll be back right after this. And here we go. Who has played the most games in the majors since 2013?
I'm going to say a couple guys came to mind, but since we're playing the Giants, I'm going to say Brandon Crawford.
Brandon Crawford is a good guess. That would have crossed my mind too. You're on the right side of the infield on this, and I guess because we don't watch that much of the American League.
Evan Longoria.
Evan Longoria has been healthy during his career. 853 games since 2013.
Wow.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. And a ball off the glove of Alfaro will enable Hernandez to go up to second base. I would think that's a pass ball, but we'll see.
Called a wild pitch.
Wild pitch. Well, he did have to reach, but it was off his glove. We've seen that. We have seen that often this year.
Not where Jorge is set up, but
He pulled it.
he yanked it.
So a wild pitch. Hundley, who is 2 for 2, and that partly is the reason I would think that they took Velasquez out, because 2 for 2 against Velasquez with 2 sharply hit baseballs. One ball and no strikes to Hundley. 2-0. Over to left side, cut off by Franco. Looks the runner back. Good pitch. 2 outs.
And 97 with some life.
And Alan Hansen will come up as a pinch hitter. Saw Hansen when the Giants were in Philadelphia.
And holy smokes, you weren't kidding about Longoria. 2013 till last year, 160, 162, 160, 160, 156. Wow.
Good pitch. 0-2. Threw him a slider, and Alfaro has it roll out in front of the plate. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. The line is done on Velasquez. The Phillies will go to the 8th and into the Giants bullpen when we return. Or visit DelBauHondaDealers.com. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. 1-0 Giants as we move to the top of the 8th inning. And Tony Watson, who pitched a scoreless inning last night, struck out 2, came out in the 7th. Is on here in the 8th inning, taking over for Andrew Suarez, who went 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. First pitch to Nick Williams, and he hits it in the air to right field. McCutchen is there, and what away. He just missed that one. One pitch, one set aside. By the way, did you see some of the scores around baseball today? See what happened in Atlanta?
I did not.
So they're tied in that ball game going into the 14th inning. And the Nationals have to use a pitcher to pinch hit because they have nothing left on the bench. Did you hear who they used? They used Max Scherzer, who led off or who got on base in the 14th inning and then scored the go-ahead run as Alfaro lost one to right center field.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
2 pitches, 2 outs. So the Nationals win that one 5-3. So the standings get tighter in the National League East because of it. In New York, they're in the 14th inning, and the Cubs and the Mets tied at 1. When the Cubs put a 6th spot on the board in the top of the 14th inning. So now they're going to the bottom of the 14th. It's a 7-1 Chicago.
Jeez.
Yesmuel Valentin pinch hitting. Oh, he took a pitch.
Yeah.
0-2.
A lot of change-ups, especially to righties by Watson. He'll throw occasional slider to lefty, but he's got a good change-up. He uses it a lot.
Down the right field line, foul. Is that Nick Pivetta protecting the bullpen?
It is Nick Pivetta.
I'm not sure if he did all the protecting he needed to do there. Look at him.
Could use a little bit bigger glove.
Bigger glove, right. He's got one of those practice gloves. Fly ball, shallow right field. McCutchen is there. And an easy 8th inning for
6
Watson.
pitches.
Phillies go down in order. We have played 7½. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 1-0 Giants. Fame with a pregame ceremony on Thursday, June 14th, when the Phillies take on the Colorado Rockies. That is a 1:05 first pitch. It's the anniversary of Jim's milestone 400th career home run. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Adam Morgan will take over on the mound. And he'll face Joe Panik, who has scored the game's only run. Phillies went scoreless the last 2 innings in Los Angeles in that series. In that final day that they won the game. Scoreless last night, 9 innings. Scoreless tonight, 8 innings. 19 consecutive scoreless. One ball and no strikes to Panik. Out towards shortstop. Kingery backhands, throws off balance a little high, and Panik is safe.
How much have the Giants missed this guy, huh?
Well, he certainly has had an impact on the series.
It's just a tough play because all your momentum is going towards that third base side. They're just a bit high.
Crawford is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and he is struck out. Last night the Phillies did not get a starter to go deep. It was Nick Pivetta, and their offense just couldn't get anything done. Tonight they got an excellent start from Velasquez, and their offense has continued to struggle for whatever reason. They've kind of gotten away from their game plan, which we highlighted so much the first 6 weeks of the season. And they're swinging so early in counts now and not forcing the pitcher to work. And I don't know if that has any result in why they've gone through this drought on this road trip, but it certainly worked early on, and what they're doing now just isn't working. Now, every season, offenses and pitchers go through ebbs and flows. But again, since the 15th of May, they're not running deep counts. They were still winning because they're pitching and they were getting enough runs, but these last 2 days, obviously that has not been the case. Somebody's got to step up, I think, and get something rolling offensively.
Yeah.
Because you're just wasting all this good starting pitching.
Exactly right. Because tonight, Vince deserved some runs. He was spectacular.
He deserved 2. Even if it was 2, he pitched well enough to win. 2-2 to Crawford.
You look at this bullpen coming into tonight's game. The Phillies were 10th in all of Major League Baseball, 5th in the National League, behind Arizona, Milwaukee, the Cubs, the Padres, with a 3.56 ERA. The bullpen's been great.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Off the end of the bat, flared out to center field. Odubel's coming in. It's going to play it on a hop. Panik's, well, he read it perfectly. He's on his way to third. It'll be first and third with nobody out.
That's going to be it for Adam Morgan. A couple righties coming up. I think it's it for Adam Morgan.
You got McCutcheon coming up, and here comes Gabe. So he'll head out to the mound, and they'll bring in the right-hander Ramos. So pitching change with runners on first and third here in the 8th inning. We'll be back right after this. That's a 135 first pitch at a John Kruk 1990s BP pullover. Free to men 15 and older. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets now. Well, first and third, nobody out. And Adebayo Ramos, who has been fantastic for the Phillies, on to face Andrew McCutchen. Similar situation when McCutchen was up last time. He had a runner at third and 1 out. And he got that runner home with a little dribbler out to shortstop. That's the only run of the game. One ball, one strike. Phillies half of the ninth inning. They'll have the top of the order due up. Hernandez, Kingery, and Herrera. Hunter Strickland's just standing on top of the mound in the Giants bullpen. He pitched last night too for the Giants. 1-2.
I still don't know why he came in last night's ball game. 4-0 lead.
The only thing I can think of is that it was a 4-run lead. That's it. And now it's not a save situation, but you know, they probably felt, Bruce Bochy probably felt, you know, we need to get a win. That would move them to 3 games, or I should say 2.5 games out of first place. Inside, 2-2.
Good try there. I think if you're McCutchen, you got to be looking out over the plate for that slider again. But if Ramos doubled up inside, I don't know how he could not hit a ground ball to the left side right here. Yep.
He was bailing.
Just don't see a whole lot of pitchers double up inside.
Fly ball center field. Odubel is there. It's not deep. He's under it. Makes the catch. Panic's coming home. The throw to the plate cut off by Santana. And it's 2-0. I don't know if Odubel would have had him, but he really didn't give himself a chance to put anything behind that throw. It's a sac fly, and McCutchen has both RBIs.
It was going to be deep enough, I think, but you're right, Tom. He catches it with his feet right next to each other, flat-footed. Did not put himself in an athletic position whatsoever. You're supposed to be running in on the ball when it comes in your glove. I mean, he just catches that flat foot and then has to get all his momentum going again.
Yeah, I mean, he probably would have had him anyway.
No, but
here's Longoria, and he takes a pitch on the inside corner. And it's 0-1.
That run will be charged with Adam Morgan. Love that base running though by Joe Panic to get to third base on that broken bat single by Crawford.
Got him. Longoria goes after a slider for the second out. Following the ball game, it'll be Phillies postgame live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Rob Ellis is standing by with Ricky Vitalico and Corey Seidman. We'll talk about the outing by Velasquez, the lack of offense by the Phillies, not only tonight, but in these first 2 games. Again, that's all coming up on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live. On the outside corner, 1-2. Braves lead the division by a half game. The Phillies are a game and a half out in the National League East. Meanwhile, for the Giants, we mentioned they're 2.5 games out right now behind Arizona. Arizona leads Miami 6-1 in the 7th inning. Runner goes, pitch is fouled.
Now that was a running lead.
It sure was.
Look at Crawford over there at first. I mean, he's off to the race before Ramos even makes a move. Ramos so locked in on the Panda.
On the outside corner, he backed him up with a slider, and the inning is over. But the Giants had an insurance run. They leave one here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll head to the 9th. Last chance for the Phils. They're down 2-0. Consecutive innings, so they've got the top of the order up against Hunter Strickland, who's on the close for the Giants. Cesar takes a strike and it's 0-1. Strickland 11 saves, 2 blown saves.
were able to get a couple base runners last night off Strickland.
Fly ball short left, and Williamson puts it away for the first out. Well, here are W.B. Mason deliveries of the game. They're not stunning, but they got the job done.
They were efficient. Little tapper here by McCutchen. Scott Kingery comes up, throws just a little too high. Jorge Alfaro cannot get the tag down in time. In the 8th inning, a little bit of insurance. McCutchen again with a sac fly to center field, and it scored panic again. That's where we stand, 2-0. There are your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
So with one away, here's Scott Kingery. Kingery is 0 for 3. McCutchen with 2 RBIs tonight and has 22 on the season. Two and two.
Scotty might need to get it going a little sooner.
Aaron Alter's hoping he gets a chance. Kingery fouls it back. It remains 2 and 2.
Strickland does have that good slider, but be hard pressed to go to it with how late Scott Kingery is on that fastball.
Even if you move it a little bit. There's Reese. He's just a spectator while on the disabled list. Batting practice again today. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kingery. Fly ball right center field. On the run is Hernandez, and he'll get to the spot. Nice over the shoulder catch for the second out.
Ball had some carry.
It did. The Phillies, though, are down to their final out. The Giants had 4 shutouts on the year coming into this series, but all 4 are on the road. But they shut the Phillies out last night, and now they're 1 out away from recording back-to-back shutouts. Phillies are 1 out away from losing back-to-back games on the road for the 4th time this year. Double takes strike 1. It's 0-1. This has been such a quick game that not many people have left. We're not even 2.5 hours into the game.
No.
And the Seagulls are nowhere to be found.
They'll be here.
No balls and 1 strike to Herrera. No balls and 2 strikes. There's the slider Ben was mentioning. Boy, oh boy, these first 2 games have been tough to watch for the Phillies offense.
Late break on that. Odubel doesn't pick up the spin.
Crowd popping into their feet. And now the 0-2 pitch. Off the hands, out to shallow right. McCutchen is there. Appropriately, he'll make the final out of this ball game. He has the 2 RBIs that have helped the Giants win it tonight 2-0 and shut out the Phils in back-to-back games. It's been 20 consecutive innings since the Phillies last scored a run, as they lose game 2 tonight to the Giants.
About that, the end of the ball game. Fly ball to left, fly ball to center, fly ball to right. Game, set, match. Just 3 hits for the fighting Phils.
Well, our Chevrolet player of the game, Andrew Suarez, who really out of nowhere put up zeros in 7 innings tonight, outdueling Vince Velasquez.
A ton, and I mean a ton of ground balls. Giants defense had to be on their toes. 7 innings pitched, no runs, just 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 0 walks. He was good both sides of the plate. Kept the Phillies hitters off balance.
12 groundouts for Suarez in tonight's ball game. Giants win it 2-0. We'll be back to AT&T Park to wrap things up right after this.